Oh, good morning. Today we are going to talk about this problem called cricket ranking. So let's see the pictorial presentation of this problem. We will come back to this question again. So it will become very easy for you to understand what is the question. Okay. So in this question, what they want who is the better player. They just want to evaluate that who is a better player. Team A and Team B, right? And for each player, they have given the options that, okay, how many runs you have scored, how many wickets you took, and how many catches you took. So this is a player one. And for player B, they also compare these two things. And how they will decide that at least two out of three statics they will decide, right? That the player is better overall. Right. So in other words, count is greater than equals to 2, the player wins. Right. Otherwise, the player will not win. This is how it is. It's very simple. So the statics is how many runs, how many wickets, and how many catches. And we will compare those, right? For R1, here they have asked us to take a variable R1, W1, and C1. And for the second, R2, W2, and C2. And T is the number of test cases you are going to enter. And at the end, you are going to print whether A is better or B is better. How? By comparing the results. That okay, if A, let's talk about A first. You will enter, if A has scored 10 runs, he has not taken even a single wicket, 10 catches. Right? Same with the team B. Team B player, he has not taken even a single run, but he has took 10 wickets and zero catches. All right. So who will win? So first they will compare these two numbers. Okay, run. Here A is better. All right. In wickets, they will see, okay, here B is better. Right. And in catches, he will see 10 or 0. Here A is better. So A is better in two statics, run as well as catches. So who is better? A is better. Player A is better. So they will print A, right? This is a very simple thing. Now here in a sample input, you will enter the number of test cases. So here the number for A, the A and B, one test case, two test case, same for the two test case that you are taking, that is 1 and 2, right? And same with 1 and 2. So here you have these three test cases that you need to work on, right? These are the three test cases that you are working on. Now, uh, yeah. So first, who is better? Can you see? 2, 0. So B is better here. Here B is better. B is better. Clearly B is better. So they will print B. Here if you see, clearly A is better. So they will print A. And clearly, if you see here, A is better, but here B is better, but still A wins because two of the probabilities that A is better. So that's why they print A. This is the basic question. And if you see these are the constraints that you have to take care and make sure that R1 is not equals to R2, W1 is not equals to W2, and C1 is not equals to C2. These are the constraints that we need to put before adding it into the competitive questions. So let's go back and see. So here, cricket ranking, right? So in this season, each player has three statics, run, wicket, and catches. Given the season states, two player A and B, right, R, W, and C, right, run, wickets, and catches. The person who is better than the other in the most statics is regarded as a better overall player. Right. So who is better among A and B? It is known that each static, the player has a different values. Now, important format. The first line contain an integer t. All right. So let's start. The first line always contain an integer t. All right. Integer main. Now, the first line contain an integer t. Okay, this is for the test cases. So let me scan it also. Right, I've scanned this as well. The number of test cases, then the test cases follows. Each test case contain two lines of an input. You get two lines of an input. So here you have entered the scan number. Now you have to write R1 wickets for the first player and the catches. Right? Same with an integer R2 wickets and the catches. Right? R1, W1, C1, R2, W2, C2. All these are the constraints that they have taken. Now, each test case contains the two line of an input. Now, once you have taken this, what you need to do? You have to output a single line without quotes if A is better, then B is better. Just B without any quotes line. So, first, let me scan this. Wicket 1, P1, right? Same with the second one, if we are talking about the second one. Right? Now, what is the question? The question is, uh, if the count A of each number, right? If R1 is greater than R2, then uh, the count of A will become 1. Because R1 is greater, right? Then it will check again for wicket 1 and wicket 2, W1 and W2. If it's still greater, it will increment the value of count 1, right? So we have to increase the value of this variable. And if the at the end, if it's greater than 2, because the probability is if it's greater than 2, only then print A is greater, otherwise print B. It's a very simple logic, right? Simple if and else if you have understood the question, right? So just a very basic, it can be done in multiple ways, but this is the easiest way I can find out right now since it's for the beginner. So they just compare R1 by R2, right? If R1 is bigger, so I will increase the count of A. I'm just calculating for A. Automatically, it will do it for B, right? Else, uh, or if you can do it, if we can do if again, so okay. W1 is greater than W2, right? Then count plus plus, right? Simply if C1 is greater than C2, then count plus plus. That's how it is. All right, R1, W1, C1. If this is our question, if the count is greater than equals to 2, right? Then you will print F A, right? Else you will print B. That's it, simple. Right? So if this, else print this. Now this is done. Yeah. And at the end, the while loop is done. Now this is for my main loop, return 0. So if you're doing like this, main, no. Where is my while loop? Oops. I haven't done the while loop. That's my bad because this is for all the conditions, right? T is, they want me to enter T, right? So before this, right, there should be a while loop. while t, right? So only then it will ask how many runs, wickets, and catches you have taken. And this will go till this. Okay, this is my while loop. And then go for the return statement. And this is for me. Let's see. What we have done. Let me check it again. So let's see whether it's working. So first you enter the value of t. So it should be 3. Right. And if you want, you can put all these variables inside the while loop. Right. It's up to you. And then once you enter the 3, right, okay, I want to enter 3 test cases. So first it will ask your R1, W1, C1, R2, W2, C2, 2 playouts. You will enter it. Now it will start counting. If it's there, it will do it. Otherwise, it will print this and it will run. So I think we are good now. Let's see. Let me run it again in front of you. Let's see. Is it working? Yes, it's working successfully. So once it's done, let me submit it again. Yeah, it's done and it's submitted. So yeah, thank you so much. If you like it, do subscribe. I will be coming up with the